Hello, this is Miss Joanne from the Metuchen Public Library. Thank you for joining us for our first day of Nature Crafts. This is a program that will include a story time related to nature and an activity or a craft that is nature related. I'm a big nature lover. I hope you are too. Well, it is almost fall, a time for apples and pumpkins. My favorite time of year. I wonder what your favorite time of year is. And I have a song I want to sing about apples, which are ready for harvesting in the fall. It's a great time to go walking in the orchard and picking apples from the trees. Here's my apple song. Way up high in the apple tree, two little apples smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came the apples, and were they good. Do you like to eat apples? I know I do. My story today is about a little boy who loved to play. In fact, he played all day with his blocks and his ball, but he got tired of playing and started to feel bored. So he went to his mom and he said, "Mom, what shall I do? I'm getting bored." And his mother said, "I know about a little red house with no doors, no windows, and a star inside. Why don't you go and see if you can find this little red house with no doors, no windows, and a star inside?" So the little boy went outside, and there he met a little girl. And he asked her, "Do you know where there's a little red house with no windows and no doors and a star inside?" And the little girl said, "No, I don't know where there is a little red house with no windows, no doors, and a star inside. But you can go ask my dad. He's a farmer, and he knows a lot of things. He's down by the barn." So the little boy went to go ask her dad, "Do you know where there's a little red house with no windows, no doors, and a star inside?" And the farmer said, "No, I'm sorry. I don't know where there's a little red house with no windows, no doors, and a star inside. But you can go ask the grandmother. She lives up the hill. She's really smart and knows a lot of things. So why don't you go and ask Grandma?" So the little boy went over to find the grandma, and she was at the top of the hill. And the little boy said to the grandma, "Do you know where there's a little red house with no windows, no doors, and a star inside?" And the grandma said, "I don't know where there's a little red house with no windows, no doors, and a star inside, but you can ask the wind. The wind goes everywhere, and the wind should know where that house might be." So the little boy went outside, and he asked the wind, "Wind, do you know where I can find," go ahead, can you help me say it, "a little red house with no windows, no doors, and a star inside?" And the wind seemed to say to the little boy, "Woo, come with me." So the little boy followed the wind through the grass and down into the apple orchard. And there the little boy found a little red house with no windows, no doors, but he did not see a star inside. But he brought that little red house with no windows and no doors to his mom. And he said, "Mom, look, I found a little red house with no windows and no doors, but I don't see a star inside. Well, his mom said, let's take a look together at the little red house that has no windows, no doors. Let's see about that star inside. And the mother took a knife and cut the apple in the middle. And look what we found. What do you see inside that apple? Yes, a little red house with no windows, no doors, and inside is a star. My apple craft idea is you can do apple printing. Have a grown-up help you cut your apple very straight in half, right down the middle, sideways, and put some paint, brush some paint inside the apple, and then press your apple down onto the paper. Sometimes you'll get a print like this where you can really see the star in the middle, and sometimes you might get a print like this where you can't see the star as much. You can use any colors you like and have fun with your apple printing. Bye-bye. See you next time.